Just when we thought it was all going so well for the Packers. What the fuck happened? The look of disappointment just truly shows it. As someone who was so excited about Jordan Love and this team, beating Mahomes, beating Herbert, and then we go and lose to Tommy DeVito. Oh!
Here's what I have to say. We played bad. We had a bad game. Defense did not play well. Offense did not play well. Jordan Love did not play well. I do not believe that Matt LaFleur coached very well.
That play at the end of the game was ridiculous. The 2-point conversion. Why? We've already done 5 end arounds with Jaden Reed. Like, run a play action.
Here's what I have to say. Jordan Love put our team in a position to win. Not every game that we have is going to be perfect, is going to look how we did against the Chargers, the Lions, and the Chiefs. We're a young team, and we're a young team that got humbled. We're a young team that felt a little bit too big for their britches and got humbled. And it goes to show when you get complacent, when you play sloppy, and when you don't come ready to play, taking your opponents for granted, it shows.
We're not good enough to do that. We need to bring it every week.
Classic trap game. The Packers are hot. They're a young team. They're a hot team. They play free. They play recklessly. They beat the Chargers, the Lions, the Chiefs. And then you play a hot Giants team that's starting to figure things out, and you lay an egg. And I was so disappointed. And how about Joe Barry going into a prevent defense up 1?
Let's just let Tommy DeVito get 15 yards every play.
We're up 1.
Blitz the hell out of him.
Touchdown pass. And Joe Barry has got his defenders 15 yards off the ball.
Blitz him. Who was that rookie receiver that caught that ball? That was one of the best. That might have been one of the catches of the year.
Malik Heath.
Yeah, it was incredible. But I had a bad feeling about our defense.
What are we doing? We had 0 sacks against a team that is averaging giving up 6 sacks a game.
That's so true, but also Tommy DeVito is a fantastic runner. He is the vanilla Vic that Daniel Jones, the people... Dude, the people are going to turn on Daniel Jones, by the way, getting that much money. People are going to be calling for DeVito time in New York.
I have a couple of problems with watching this game. First of all, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck hate the Packers.
Always have, always will.
Ripping us to shreds the whole game, number 1. Number 2, could ABC show Tommy DeVito's family anymore?
They love showing the Italians doing this, I'll tell you what. They love showing them.
I was so sick.
It was annoying.
Of seeing Tommy DeVito's family. By the end of that game, I could have puked.
Is there something like special about this family? I mean, yeah, they're Italian, but like, are they like a famous family, or am I missing something?
Tommy DeVito just like lives with his parents.
A good story? They're Italian, you know.
Tommy DeVito still lives with his parents.
Okay.
What an annoying game! Sloppy, penalties, turnovers. Offensive line played horrible. It was just so bad, and our defense played so bad. Do not let points per game fool you. This defense was terrible. We're not. How do we not get a sack against the Giants? We're not being disciplined in our rush lanes. Like, this team looked. Where was Rashad Gary? Where was Preston Smith? Where was Devontae Wyatt? Where was Kenny Clark? I think we really missed. We missed some of our guys yesterday, and it showed. We missed Quay Walker a lot in the middle. We missed Watson.
Jair's still out. Watson, the hammy injury. My God, Denali. is eating one of my cups right now. Somehow she just got my water cup and is chewing on it.
Yeah, not a good game. Frustrating, annoying.
I mean,
But what did I say? The Packers are going to go 8-2 the rest of the way, and we're on pace to go
oh,
eight and
you said
two.
undefeated.
My original prediction after the Rams game was 8-2, but then I
Yeah, but
did
then
say
you
that I
changed.
thought they were going to win out. I did, and they still should have. So that's on them, not on me. But we have winnable games down the stretch. Got to play good football. Got to play clean football. And I hope this was a lesson to the Packers young team of you cannot take these poor teams for granted. You cannot do it because it's the NFL. Anybody can beat anybody. The Bears just beat the Lions. The Buccaneers are playing good football. They just won a big game last
That
week.
was the theme of this week: upsets. Dolphins losing.
Oh, wasn't that game incredible? How about
That was
what
awesome.
a
Dolphins losing to the Titans. Steelers losing to the Patriots.
oh
Packers losing to Tommy DeVito.
Tyler,
The
your
theme of this
Steelers,
week.
your Steelers are so bad.
They look dead in the water. They look dead.
They're bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're really
That,
bad.
that play at the end of the game, 4th and 2, 4th and 1, and Mitch Trubisky bombs it to Deontay Johnson, not George Pickens, first of all. It's already a horrible play call to bomb it, but it's not George Pickens. George Pickens is a top 3 best ball guy in the league, going up and getting it, and they throw it to Deontay, who's a route runner. It's 4th and 2. Give it to Jalen Warren.
Yeah, they're bad. Um,
But I wanted to go back to one more point before we move on to our, next topic of talking about all these upsets this week. Tommy DeVito has earned himself 10 years in this league as a backup. Good for him. Undrafted free agent. He's going to make money. He's going to live the ideal life as a backup quarterback. Maybe get some starts here and there, but good for him.
he's the next. He is the next Gardner Minshew of the NFL. Danny DeVito.
All right, grabbing this cup that Denali decided to just take and just start eating.
Very nice. Danny DeVito is the next Gardner Minshew. So congratulations to him.
Gardner Minshew's legit.
Oh yeah. He'll never be like a.
Do you think DeVito's legit? Like Gardner? I don't know if I would compare him to that level yet.
Gardner Minshew is not never going to be like a true starter, but he is going to be an elite backup for his whole career. But okay, let's get into this. I'd like to get this off my chest. I owe Cowboys fans an apology.
We both do a bit. I had Andrew texting me. How does it feel? You were very wrong about the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are very, very good. They're very good. They just humiliated Philadelphia.
Philly was arguably a top 2 team in the NFC, and now the Cowboys just embarrassed them.
The Cowboys are really good. I think Dak Prescott is slowly but surely running away with the MVP.
Him and Brock. It's him and Brock. That's all there is to speak about right now.
And I get that the Cowboys do have some. I still think that they could trip. They have some tough games coming up. I think the Eagles are not as good as what people think that they are, man. They got a lot of problems. Like their defense is a disaster. Jalen Hurts looks terrible. I just don't know. They don't really have a solid running back like DeAndre Swift. Like dude, I think the Eagles have some problems.
Inconsistent, yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like they've been playing.
Their defense, for this game, as a passing defense, they were ranked 32nd in the NFL.
That's really bad. And they have a lot of weapons on that defense. So you would certainly think and hope that they would play better than that. Their
line is great. Their line is fantastic, but it's just letting out the big plays.
Jalen Hurts looks off to me. He just looks off. Looks like he's not comfortable, not playing good football. He's turning the ball over. He doesn't look crisp to me.
Should never have allowed Shane Steichen to leave.
True.
Tell you that. Look at the Colts. They're rolling with a backup quarterback, and they're going to make the playoffs.
I know. It's really crazy. I mean, it kind of goes to show you that, like, kind of like what we were going back and talking about the Packers. Like, the NFL is a crazy league. Like, you don't know who's going to win. You don't know who's going to go on a run. Any team can beat anybody. And that's kind of where we're at. Like,
never take anything for granted in this league.
Titans beat the Dolphins. You got Packers beating the or Giants beating the Packers. You got the Steelers losing to the Patriots.
The
You got
Chiefs losing to the Bills, and the Bills keeping their playoff chances alive.
well, I love that for the Bills, and
Yeah,
I
me
will tell
too.
you what, the way Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes acted after that game
Pretty horrible. Not gonna
was
lie.
ridiculous.
Like clearly, yes. Part of this is Mahomes' fault. How much money he's making. They don't have the ability to sign people. Yeah, they signed Chris Jones. He's worth it. They signed Travis Kelsey. He's worth it. But they don't have any money for receivers. You see guys like Rashee Rice, rookie receiver, costly mistake, costly fumble. Kadarius Toney, young guy. There's a reason he got released from the Giants, lining up 100% offsides. And then Mahomes comes out and complains after the game. They ruined a legacy moment for Travis Kelsey. They're going to be showing that in the Hall of Fame for him. Like, dude, stop complaining. It was a clear penalty. Get over it. You lost for a reason. You didn't deserve to win that game. You guys made too many mistakes. It's that just shows it. It really does show when the QB, the window for a team is before the QB gets their bag. That's the window for a team to like surround with talent. Have before the quarterback gets paid. That's the window. Right now with the Dolphins, they're able to pay all their receivers and weapons. Like once Tua gets his full bag, it's just
I
harder.
mean, the same thing happened in Green Bay to Rodgers, right? I mean, Rodgers got his 50 million, and then all we could do was draft rookie receivers. And
Yeah,
I mean, granted, I really like the direction this Packers team is going. I think that they have a lot of hope and a lot of promise, and I think they're going to be a playoff team, if not this year, next year. But still, you're exactly right. You hit it on the head. It's like when the quarterback gets this bag. I mean, they have nobody else to sign. They got the Chiefs' best receivers, Kadarius Toney. I mean, we got some problems there. Minus Travis Kelsey, of course. But again, like you're complaining, and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are both complaining about the call, right? But notice when they're complaining, they said they shouldn't have called that. Nobody was saying that he wasn't offsides. He was lined up a
like
foot and a half
that's such
from
a
the
such
ball.
a stupid complaint. Don't call it.
Like, well, because you're the Chiefs and you're Patrick Mahomes and
Don't
Travis
follow the
Kelsey.
rules.
Well,
Yeah, we're supposed to suck your dick, Patrick Mahomes, because you're Patrick Mahomes. Like that. I mean, that's what he's thinking. Like they should just bow down to him because he's Patrick Mahomes. You know.
so dumb. I mean, it's just so dumb. And the Chiefs just didn't play good. They're just not playing good football. In my opinion, I think the Chiefs might be a first round exit.
I agree. They're not looking good. It's not looking good right now for the Chiefs.
And
It was.
Patrick
It
Mahomes,
showed. It was a clear, massive loss for them not having Isaiah Pacheco too. Like their identity this year has been more so focused on the run game. They didn't have any of that with Little Clyde, with Jerick McKinnon. Isaiah Pacheco is their identity right now, and it's like kind of tough to say because you have the quote unquote MVP of the league for the last few years, but Pacheco's been carrying them with his hard nose running. I mean, I've never seen a man run harder than him.
I do like Isaiah Pacheco's a good player, and obviously Patrick Mahomes is always going to be Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes did come out and apologize and saying that's not the example I want to set for the kids that watch football and all this stuff. So I give him credit for that, but it can't happen, right? And I don't like the way he went up to Josh Allen after the game saying like the call was bullshit and stuff. It's like, dude,
He said
Josh,
that.
yeah, he's like
Oh,
that's how he greeted Josh Allen after the game, and it's just like, dude, Josh Allen went out there, played a good game, and won. Like they beat you. Josh Allen's beat you 3 times. That's more than any quarterback in the NFL besides Joe Burrow. Like, give me a break, right? And I don't know. I'm really, really just I'm so sick of the Chiefs. I'm so sick of the Chiefs.
yeah. Normally I like the Chiefs, but they've definitely been annoying me a bit lately.
They're completely rubbing me the wrong way. So sick of the Chiefs. But I mean, huge win for Buffalo. They needed that bad, and now they
No, I mean, they would have basically been eliminated if they didn't win that game.
they still got to play the Dolphins. They still got to play a couple other teams. I think this is
Speaking
probably
of the Dolphins, they look rough right now. Their offense is supposed to be this high-powered octane offense, but it's like anytime there's any adversity, they just can't do anything. It also goes to show how much they rely on Tyreek Hill. When
it
things
also
aren't
goes
going well with Tyreek Hill, like he was in and out of the game with some injuries, their offense just doesn't run.
it also goes to show you that Tyreek Hill should win MVP or should be a contender for
Yeah,
MVP.
he should most definitely be a contender.
what he's doing in this league is absolutely insane. He is one of the best players this league has ever seen. He is a freak, an athlete, a phenomenon. This, this Tyreek
There's
Hill.
been nothing like Tyreek Hill ever.
I mean, Justin Jefferson had an unbelievable year last year, but I mean, what this guy is doing um, is unbelievable. And I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due to Tyreek Hill and what he's been able to mean. And then he goes down last night, and what do the Dolphins do? Nothing.
They choke it. They blow the game. They stall out on offense, and they let the Titans come back and win it. A rookie quarterback, Will Levis, who's now 3-4, by the way. He's looking like they have a good future with him in
Wait, he's
Tennessee.
3-4, or he's won 3 out of 4.
He's 3-4, I believe, as a starter.
So he's won 3 games and lost 4.
Yes,
Okay,
pretty
yeah, I
damn
mean,
good for a guy coming in mid-season.
yeah, and
Rookie,
I do think that the Titans found somebody in Will Levis.
I
I
do
think that
too.
he's going to be a good player in this league for a while. Um,
His accuracy is pretty damn good. He's got some poise. He's got an absolute missile of an arm.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show. I think this is really important for what the Chiefs could have learned. They most definitely could have afforded the price tag of DeAndre Hopkins, $10 million a year. Perfect for what the Chiefs wanted. A veteran to teach the young receivers, a guy who can catch everything. Not the craziest in terms of fastness or elusiveness, but Hopkins would have been absolutely perfect for the Chiefs, and I think their offense would be on a much different level if they would have just signed him. Which it makes no sense to me why they didn't.
You know, switching topic a little bit, Broncos country, let's ride. Another big win for Broncos.
Very
Broncos
random.
are 7-6. But the last thing that I want to touch on before we wrap this up today, and this goes back to what we were talking about the Packers. In the year the Packers made the playoffs a couple years ago, in when we had Devontae and we made it to the NFC, or we made it to the playoffs as the favorite, the number 1 seed, we played the 49ers. We had the worst special teams in the league. We go out and get Rich Bisaccia, right? Bisaccia, whatever. A well-renowned coach who a lot of people think should have got the head coach for the Raiders job. Can we talk about our special teams? What is going on? We're the most penalized special teams in the league. Keyshawn Nixon with the double fumble. He fumbles the punt and then picks it back up, falls on it, then picks it back up and tries to run again and fumbles again.
Dude, I really think it comes down to discipline. Like, we're the youngest team in the league. We don't have discipline. We have guys who kind of just do their own thing right now, and they're learning and make a lot of mistakes because of that. Like, we're young.
Rudy Ford running into the punter, all the penalties of the false starts, the holds, everything. Brutal. But anyway, that's all the time we got today for the intellectual
Short
idiots.
one. Wow, very
It's
short.
a short one. We got to keep it short and keep it sweet, keeping it to 20 minutes this week. But you know, we love doing this every week for you guys, and we're a day late this week because the Packers played on Monday night. So we always want to be able to. We are Packers fans. This is mostly a Packers podcast more than anything.
I'd
We
say
are.
like 90% Packers right now. We're down to about 10% Steelers because of how horrible they look, and I'm getting to the
Oh,
point where I don't even like watching them.
no to the Steelers. Big no to the Steelers.
They
But
lose. They were in the playoffs. They were going to make the playoffs. They would have been almost a guaranteed spot if they beat the 2-win Cardinals and the 2-win Patriots. But they
at
lost to
home,
both of them.
at home for the Cardinals too.
That's disgusting. It's so bad. That
James
4th and 2
Conner,
call.
James Conner
Oh,
just running it down your guys' throat as a
James
big
Conner just
compliment.
showing him you should never have got rid of me.
He's right. I think
Conner,
I
good for
will
James.
say
Good
this
for I love.
offense, this Steelers team has to find an offensive coordinator. Like they
They
have
have
to,
to draft a new quarterback. Kenny Pickett is not the answer.
dude.
I'll come out and say it as a flat out Steelers fan. People will have hope for Kenny, but he is not it.
JJ McCarthy, he could fall to you guys.
Maybe.
I mean, we're gonna have a draft podcast soon, I'm
Yeah.
sure. So we'll dive into that. But again,
Kenny Pickett has proven nothing. He
no,
really has.
he's terrible. He's literally terrible. So Kenny Pickett's terrible.
There's a reason you have to. There's a reason that he has to wear a glove on his throwing hand.
Mitch Trubisky's worse. Mitch Trubisky is the worst. He's so bad.
Yeah, they need to draft someone this year.
But anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow on Spotify. If you like our shit, let us know. Message us. Talk to us. We're lonely. We're pathetic. We're losers.
Wow, I'm not.
I was mostly referring to Tyler when I was saying that. But if you like our stuff, message us,
Damn,
like,
man.
comment,
Harsh.
subscribe, and we're going to give you what you want. If you guys want to hear stuff, if you guys want us to talk about stuff, let us know. We will be more than happy to accommodate. We love talking about football. We love talking about the NFL. We love talking about the Packers when they win. We hate talking about the Steelers.
When they win.
And again, let's win out, Green Bay. Packers.
Win out, make the playoffs, and then make the Super Bowl.
I know Matt LaFleur listens to this podcast.
We get regular mentions from him on X and Twitter. So
I know Jordan Love listens to this podcast. I know AJ Dillon does. I know Christian Watson does. I know Quay Walker does.
Rodgers is actually listening too.
Yeah, Rodgers listens to.
He recently reached out, said great job.
Here's the deal. All right, I got one last thing to say to you guys. This is directed at the Packers players. Play good, not bad. If you want to win, play good. Don't go in and play like crap. Because if you play like crap, you don't win. And if you play good, you do win. All right? If
you got that Green Bay. You got that Green Bay. Play good. Don't play bad. That's the only way to win.
Call me if you need me. All right? I'm 5'11", about a buck 90. Okay? I'll go play quarterback if you need me out there. Hand me the rock. I'll play running back. Put me out at receiver. I'll jump over some people. Put me at linebacker. I'll fill the gaps. I ain't letting Danny DeVito run for 25 yards. No way. I'm an absolute...
And we've officially lost control of this podcast.
That's all we have today. Thank you. Subscribe, like, follow. Cheers.